Hey guys, it's your favorite real estate investor, Brian Davila, and today I am interviewing my good friend, Christian Fuentes. He is the owner of Remax Top Producers. His 3 offices combined sell almost $1 billion a year in real estate. So on this episode, we're gonna be discussing how to build wealth. He owns a commercial building, a 10-plex, and a bunch of other single-family properties. So if you want to learn about how to build wealth, this is going to be a great episode for you. But before we get to the interview, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out. It would help more people find this video, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get to the interview. All right, guys, so today I am interviewing the great Christian Fuentes. He is the owner of Remax Top Producers. They have 3 offices. He has 260 agents, a part of his brokerage. They sell around $1 billion a year in real estate. He also has a real estate sales team himself called the Dream Team. They sell around 120 to 130 residential deals a year. He's done 400 flips in his career. He owns 32 doors. The gross profit on that is $30,000 a month. He also owns a commercial building. He's been in the business for 23 years. So this one is going to be a good one. We're going to talk about wealth building. But how are you doing today, Christian?
Man, I'm doing good, brother. Feeling good, ready. You know, it's almost the end of the year, and we have a mission as an office just to finish 2020 strong. We're going to kill it 2021, brother. So we just got to stay focused right now.
Okay. So I really wanted to bring you on here because I know you're doing stuff that 99.9% of the industry is not doing, and that is building wealth. You're the real deal. I told you before our interview, I look at you as somebody, you have a very strong foundation, right? There's a lot of people who they make 6 figures, they got the Lambo, they got the Rolex, but there's nothing much more. You have a lot. Some of the things that I said, like you're at the top 0.1% of this real estate business. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to ask you, how did your journey to build wealth start? Can you give me that story?
My 20s, you know, I got into real estate at 21 years old. And little background, became an assistant at 21, 3 years, got my license, 5 years, went to work for somebody. I went to work for a really great real estate team. They would do about 150 to 100 deals a year. And I spent five years working for them. The reason I did that is because I wanted to learn from the best, you know. I learned young that if you work with great people, you're going to learn from them. So sure enough, I made a lot of money. I was doing like 60, 70 buyer deals a year because I was a buyer's agent. And I started making $250,000, $300,000 a year. But at the same time, I was in my 20s. So I was a little crazy, did a lot of partying, a lot of drinking. And all I would do is go out and meet girls and just spend all my money, right? So by 30, I was broke and I was fat. You know, I come from always being fit, working out, always had a 6-pack. From 25 to 30, because all I did was, again, waste my money partying. 30, I'm completely broke, right? And then I met my wife at 31, and then that's when my life completely changed. So got married at 32. And I tell you, I think, especially young men right now, you know, yeah, there's a lot of partying you can do and all this stuff that a lot of young guys like to do, but I wish I would have done the opposite and spent more time working and, you know, saving money and investing money. I wasted it all. And when I got married, my whole focus went from partying, looking for girls as a young single guy to now all about my business, all about my family. And of course, I got closer to God. So those 3 things really helped me now change my focus from wasting money to building wealth. And that's when I got into the flipping business. You know, at about 30, 33 years old, I started flipping houses with no money, but I got really good at finding deals. And I figured something, Ryan, that as a realtor, I was, of course, making commission checks, and I helped a lot of investors make money, but I realized I was working for tips.
Yeah.
I would see the investors making 20, 30, 40, $50,000, where I was finding those deals for them. So I was like, man, why am I not, getting into this business, right? But the whole time I was thinking, well, it's because I don't have any money. I don't have any money, so I can't be an investor. And if I would have known then what I know now, you really don't need that much money to get into the flip business. So one thing I did, I was able to save about $80,000. And right about that, I ended up getting a partner to jump in with me to start buying some flips. And I tell you, man, I got really good at buying trustee sales. Have you heard of the trustee sales?
Yeah.
Right? Auction deals.
Yeah.
So I became an expert at the trustee sales. I would go to every auction, watch the investors buy property. I would take notes. I would see what they would be buying. I would drive to the house. I would see the house. I would see the rehabs they would do, and I would see them go on the market, and I'll be like, damn, they just made 60 grand, right? Like, why am I not doing this? And I studied the trustee sales for a good year until I finally got it all down. And then again, I raised about 80 grand. I hit up one of my clients that was pretty wealthy Chinese guy named Lucky. And I said, hey, Lucky, you want to partner with me on some flips? I flew him over to show him how the trustee sales work. And then he's the guy that gave me a shot. He was my first partner. And man, we started buying a bunch of houses at the auctions. And that's the beginning of me building wealth. Because look, I think in real estate, selling real estate depends your level, right? Because if you're selling $1 million plus in real estate, you're going to make good money. But typical agents making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, that's even a lot of money for a lot of agents. Not a lot of agents make that much money, right?
Yeah.
But I do know that the real money is made buying real estate at the right time. So either flipping houses, right? Or buying actual real estate at the right time. To me, the right time is when it's low, and you sell it when it's high, and then you do it over and over and over again. And for me, flipping helped me start building wealth, right? Making money. And then as I was making money flipping, I took money and I started buying apartments. I started buying units. I started buying duplexes, fourplexes. And then we built a lot of our real estate portfolio because of the flipping houses. So that was the beginning of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So pretty much what you're saying is you need to start making a lot of money to build wealth. You're not going to be making $30,000 a year and save your money and build wealth. First, you need to figure out how to generate, $200,000 or more, and then start investing that. And that's how you build wealth. That's what you're saying, right?
Exactly. And, there's levels of wealth, I mean, having $500,000 of, net worth, is that wealth to you? Everybody's going to have a different definition, right? Or are you looking at $1 million or 2 million or 10 million or 20 million, right? Or 100 million. So there's so many different levels of wealth building, right? Some people have $50,000 in the bank and they think they're walking around like they're the, like they made it. So I think there's different levels, but I think, to me, especially being in the real estate business, I think it's a big step is to build a good, solid real estate business selling real estate. Okay. And of course you can take that to any level and you can make it as big as you want. Then I think anybody in the real estate game should be buying, flipping, and holding real estate, because that's how you're going to make the real money. Right. And of course, part of that, getting to commercial real estate. There's a lot of great properties out there, commercial. So I think if you are in the real estate business, you should be able to make money on all those three places and, again, grow your wealth.
So is your 10plex the only commercial? You own the 10plex and then you own a commercial building, right? Is that where your office is, the building? Yeah,
one of the buildings we bought it. It's about 4,000 square foot building.
4,000. How much did you buy it for?
1.3 million.
Wow. I thought it would be a lot more because it's in Chino Hills, right? Or is it in Diamond Bar?
It's in Chino. No, it's in Diamond Bar. You know what, man? I got a good deal. I mean, it's probably worth about 1.5 now. We bought it about 2 years ago. It was I got it directly from the owner. I was leasing it, and then the owner wanted to sell it. He approached me if I wanted to buy it. We worked out a good deal, and it's been a great investment. That's where I run my escrow company from, and we also have the Remax part of that building. Also, we have 3 buildings totals there, but one of them we own, the other ones we're leasing.
Okay, so let's ask something for someone just starting off. I'm making $100,000 a year. You know, how do I start? Should I save money? Should I invest money? If I'm only making $100,000 a year, what do I do with that money, my income?
You should invest money into your business and yourself. Because remember, you're $100,000 producer. That means you're probably making somewhere around 12 transactions a year, right? Think about it. Okay, so that's not a lot. And if you already take that money, I mean, number one, make $100,000 depending on your lifestyle, right? You still got to pay either a mortgage or rent. You got a car, right? You still got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you make $100,000, you don't have any money really to invest. You're probably going to be almost negative if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
So
California, for sure.
In California, I mean, $3,000 mortgage or house payment, couple $1,000s to live in. You still got to pay taxes. So I mean, honestly, $100,000 you're kind of broke. So I wouldn't be investing if I had $100,000. I would just continue to grow my business, invest on the business, invest on systems to generate more leads, right? Become a better salesperson. I would invest in you, get some coaching, get some good training, right? Surround yourself with other successful people. Get to 150, get to $200,000, get to, 250, 300. Great. When you get to that level, see, the problem is as people start making more money, Brian, people start spending more money. Okay. They get the bigger house, they get the bigger car, right? So then you make more money, but now you're adding another $10,000 a month of expenses. You should not do that. I learned many years ago to always live below your means. Okay. And that's what gets people in trouble. The minute you start making money, let me go buy the big Mercedes. Well, you really cannot afford it yet, but it's more about the ego and showing off. So I would say be patient, wait, keep investing on you. Eventually you get to a point that, okay, I was able to make $200,000 and save $50,000 or $60,000. Okay, so what do I do with that money? Should I invest it now? Possibly. If I was there, I would continue to invest into my business, okay? To take it to about 350, 400,000, maybe $500,000. And then again, put some money aside. When you get to about $150,000, $200,000 in the bank, then at that point, okay, what do I do with the money? Yeah, start flipping, buy some properties. I think that's a good time for you to invest on real estate. But because you already have a solid foundation in your real estate business and it's consistent, okay? I think consistency is key of that, of the equation.
Okay, so you're saying that $100,000, don't really look at building wealth, look at reinvesting that money into your business to grow it to like 500,000, then start, have a good foundation, then start wealth building, right?
Yeah, and then keep in mind, people say, well, I make $500,000 a year. Is that net or gross, right? Because most people, if you're making $500,000 a year, again, you got to take away splits, expenses, marketing, staff, okay? Taxes. I mean, now you're down to $250,000, maybe $200,000.
Yeah.
And you still have your lifestyle, your personal expenses, your cars, your home, everything else. So what is left at that point? I mean, maybe you're lucky if you have about 100,000, right? For you to save.
Yeah.
So again, I do think you need to save up about $150,000, $200,000 to really get into the game. Now, again, I just said this earlier, so I don't want to contradict myself. Now, if you learn how to find deals, okay, and you make that as part of your business, where you can go to a guy like you, like Brian, like me, and say, hey, Christian, I found a way that I can find flips, and I can bring you 2, 3, 4, 5 flips every single month. Can I get a piece of the pie? Can I get 25% of the pie? Yeah, let's do it, okay? Yeah. And basically, I found all the deals. I put all the money, right? You do the work and we partner. And then that's another way. You might not need that much money. Just bring it in so it's part of your business, but don't step away from also selling real estate and continue to build that business, because this could be your bread and butter at any time. Yeah. And the investment should be also another addition to your business. Does that make sense?
Yes, made a lot of sense. So that was for the beginners. So now I want to step into someone more experienced. Let's say someone like me, I'm doing a lot of deals. How do I go? How would you go from let's just say making $500,000 a year net, not gross. I always talk net. Gross is fake news.
Yeah.
How does someone go from netting $500,000 a year to $2 million a year? How did you go from good to great?
Well, again, it's just scaling. If I think any business, Brian, you can scale it, but in order to scale it, you have to be ready, okay, to sacrifice to go through that growth process. Okay, so for instance, let's take flipping, because at one point I was doing 100 flips a year, and I remember what I used to do 100 flips. I had a whole team behind me, so I had a full-time project manager. We had 2 staff members, and we had 5 crews, right, that were basically rotating the homes, and they were handling each crew about 3 to 4 houses at any given time, and it was all pretty much systematic. Okay. Yeah, we did 100 properties. It wasn't all my money, it was my investors' money. Okay, so I probably did about 20 on my own, and then the rest were all my investors. So I would say, if you want to double, triple, whatever, even this could be real estate sales too, right? I mean, this doesn't have to be just flipping. It's just, one is, okay, I want to increase my business. Okay, what do you have to do? Well, double what you're doing. So double your marketing, right? Then you're going to double your staff, your team, find people that can help you put everything together, and then scale it up. So most people don't have either the leadership skills, the patient, or the business skills to be able to scale up, right? Because the minute that they get really busy, they crumble, because they can manage so much, right? So much stuff going on. So you really have to work on yourself. Again, I always talk about working on you, become a better leader, become a better business owner. And then once you do, then you got to find the right people. Okay. So like you right now, if you tell me, Christian, I'm doing, how many flips do you do a year?
So far this year, like 30.
So 30 flips. Let's say you want to go to 100, right? Can you handle 100 right now by yourself?
Probably not, no.
Or you go crazy, right? You want to still spend time with the family. You got kids, right? So what do? Well, you can get a partner. You can hire a manager to manage everything for you. And then you're going to have to plug in 2 or 3 or 4 staff members. Of course, now that's an expense, but that expense could be, maybe, I don't know, $150,000, $200,000 extra a year on expenses. But then maybe, because now you're going to do another 70 flips, and that's going to bring another $2 million. Now you're netting an extra 1.6 million, right? Or 1.7 million, whatever that is. But because you scaled it up. Now, of course, if you want to go to 100 flips, the question is, can you actually set up the marketing systems to be able to bring in more flips or wholesalers, whatever? You might have that, you might not. A lot of people can't scale up because they don't have the marketing systems to get more leads. And that could be whether it's real estate, listings, buyers, flips, I mean, you name it, right? Me as an owner, as a business owner, recruiting more agents. I think anything, it has to do with marketing, and then being able to bring people, and then have the team behind you to be able to manage it. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, so pretty much in order to go from good to great, you're saying you need to build a team. You're not going to be able to just expect to double, triple, or 4 times your business by yourself. Exactly. And then last question. So you said becoming a better leader. How does someone become a better leader? Let's just say for me, for example, I don't like working with a bunch of people, right? I don't have an assistant. I don't have a big team. I'm like a solopreneur, and I like that. But I know that in order for me to get to $10 million a year, stuff like that, I need to grow a team. So how does someone become a better leader?
Well, look, like you said right now, you like to be solo.
Yeah.
I think it's going through the mind shift, right? Understanding that in order for you to grow, you have to have a team behind you. You have to have the assistant. You have to delegate a lot of that busy work. It's really understanding how to delegate, understanding how to lead people, right? Because even when you hire an assistant, you have to be a good boss and a good leader for them to want to work for you. So if you're not ready, if you're not experienced enough to be able to manage even just having one assistant, that assistant's going to join you, work with you for a couple of weeks, a month, leave you because you're unorganized, you're mean, you're a jerk, you don't know what you're doing. And even just having good people around you means that you have to be a good leader. Now, how do you become a good leader? I think reading books about business, reading books about leadership, getting coaching. Coaching is huge. You can get coaching from even I don't know if there's any flipping coaching, but real estate coaching for me has been great because I've been involved with masterminds. I always surround myself with other successful business owners or agents that run teams, and leadership's always coming. It's a big topic that people talk about because, again, if you're not a good leader, no one wants to work for you, right?
Yeah.
So I think, and then yeah.
One book and give me one coach.
Well, look, I've been coaching with David Hopper for some time. And I tell you, one thing I like about David Hopper, you heard of him. He is a business coach. He's not a real estate coach. He's a business coach. And he talks a lot about leadership.
Okay.
And he always talks about what makes you successful is people, marketing, and sales, right? Mm-hmm. But people is the biggest one because you have the right people around you, you're going to be able to do more. So I want to throw out there David Hopper, and I think he's a good guy for any entry-level business owner. You can be around David, and he's affordable. I'm a big fan of Darren Hardy, okay? And he's got some really great books. Like there's the Entrepreneur Roller Coaster is a great book. I think any business owner should read that. And it talks about team building. That's a good one. He's got a couple other ones, Compound Effect. So
you said Entrepreneur Roller Coaster? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Entrepreneur Roller Coaster and Compound Effect.
Yes. Darren Hardy.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, this was really strong. You gave a lot of nuggets, so people need to make sure to listen to this more than once because I feel like you said so many things that they sound small, but they're really big. And again, I really appreciate you coming on here. And we need to do another one just on flipping and just focus on scaling a flipping business. All right?
Let's do it, man. Yeah, anytime.
All right. Thanks, Christian.
Thank you, brother. Have a good day.